Hello, this is the intro for the second part of the video. I didn't film it whenever I filmed the last ones. I don't know why. I forgot. Anyways, the point is that I'm here. I hope you guys enjoy it. This is part 2 of my scary story. And yeah, keep on watching. And so a few days later, me and my older sister were getting back from Holtville. We were going to El Centro. We were getting back from Holtville, and when we got home, actually I don't remember where my little sister was at. I think she stayed in Holtville, but it was just me and my older sister. And when we got there was two entrances to the trailer, right? There was an entrance like if you're looking at it facing this way, there was an entrance on the right and the left side. And the right side, it was like towards like the backyard area, right? So you couldn't get into it unless you open like this gate. And for the front entrance, it was on the left, and we parked our cars super close to the entrance, right? And so when we went inside, we saw that my stepdad's truck was there, so we knew he was home. But when we got there, everything was like off, all the lights, and there's two living rooms. So the trailer was like really long, right? So it had a living room here, and then like, so everything was dark. So for some reason, we only turned on the living rooms, the kitchen, and the hallways light. I would have turned all the lights. The point is that we only turned those on, and then so that the second living room was really dark, really dark. The point is that we stayed in the first living room, in the one right out the entrance, right? And it was me and my sister, and then at nothing we heard one door close. And in order to get inside through the second entrance, there's two doors. So there's a door to come in to the laundry room, and there's another one to come into the actual trailer, right? So we only heard one close, and then me and my sister just looked at each other and we're like, yeah, like my stepdad was in the house like the entire time, but we to this day we don't know if he was hiding in the laundry room or he was hiding in the second living room, because we weren't about to like go check everything out, you know. So the point is that we're like, and he's like, oh, I just got here, and we're like, no you didn't, but okay, like, all right. So he went to their room, which their master bedroom was right next to the living room. So he went in the room, and then I started feeling like the cold again, you know. And I started like feeling, you know, like, I don't know if it happens, but whenever you're nervous you yawn, and I started yawning a lot, and I started feeling cold, and like I started shivering, and then I started feeling a lot of fear for some reason, a lot of fear. And I was scared, like I could feel my heart, like if a dog was about to chase me. And I was like, okay, this is weird. And then my stepdad would walk out of the room and have like a small conversation with us, and I would feel fine, like my fear was gone. And then he would go back inside the room, and I would feel like that fear again. And I told my older sister, I was like, dude, I'm scared. And then she was like, why? And I'm like, I don't know, like, but I was already like, tears were like starting to roll down my eyes. I'm like, I'm really scared. I was like, I don't know why, but I'm like, I've never felt so scared in my life. And then again, my stepdad will come outside to the living room or to the kitchen for whatever reason, and I would feel fine. And then he would leave again into the room, and again I would feel scared. So I don't know if it was I don't know, like with the years I try to put it together, like what was happening, like, but whenever I would see him I would feel fine, and whenever he would be gone somewhere I'd feel fear. So my sister got up to make a sandwich, and I was like, girl, I'm going in with you. And I went out to the kitchen with her, because anywhere she would go I would go, because that's how scared I was, right? We went back to the living room from the kitchen. The couch had really big pillows, right? So I put one like next to me, and I was literally facing this way, so I put one next to me so it like would hide me from whatever was watching me. So there, I felt again that someone was watching me from the kitchen, and this time it was closer, right? From the kitchen, and I felt it getting like near, like closer and closer and closer. So like it was weird, because half of my body was getting goosebumps from like where I felt like that whatever was watching me. So I put the pillow in order for it to like protect me somehow, and then I started like reciting this verse over and over and over again. But I was saying it so fast, like so fast you couldn't even understand what I was saying. And I was, at that point, I was already crying. And I'm like, oh, like there's something here, and there's something here, and there's something here, and I feel it, And so I told my sister, well, I was telling the whole entire time, I was telling my sister. And so she, of course she was gonna get scared. So she was like, let's go pick up my mom. My mom used to work at the mall, and it was 9:30, around 9:30, and she got out of work at 10:30. She's like, let's go pick up my mom, like, so we could get out of here. And I was like, okay, let's go. And so, well, as soon as we walked out, the car was parked there, right? And so she unlocked it, and she clicked on it twice, because you know how if you clicked on it once, it doesn't unlock the full car, but if you click on it twice, it unlocks everything. And so I heard all the doors unlocking, you know? And so my sister was inside the car already whenever I got to the passenger seat. So I grabbed the handle, and I like try to like open it, and it wouldn't open. And I tried like going, like pulling it over and over again, and it wouldn't open. And my sister was just looking at me like, what are you doing? And then like I was like, oh, like it's not opening. So out of nothing, like I felt like that chill again, like, but now on my left side. And so I turned, and at the end of the car was a big shadow man walking towards me, like directly towards the end of the car, right? And at that time, my heart was like pounding, and I was panicking, trying to open the door, but I wouldn't stop looking at it. And I saw it like just like walking towards me, so slow, like tipo Michael Myers, you know, like, you know, they never run for their victims because, you know, they're always gonna get caught. So it was walking so slow, and I was like trying to like yank it open, and it wouldn't open until like I turned back. I turned to see my sister, and then I turned back, and it was gone. And then the door unlocked. And then so I went inside, and I was like, dude, the door wouldn't open. And then she's like, what were you doing? The door was unlocked the entire time. And I'm like, it wouldn't open. I would pull, I swear, I would pull as hard as I can, and it wouldn't open. Okay, so afterwards we went to my mom to pick up my mom, and we told her what was happening, and she's like, well, whenever that happens, I can pray, right? And I was like, okay. So whenever I went to church, there was this guy who used to give us Bible studies for the youth on Wednesdays, right? I don't remember his name. I don't remember. But the point is that I like felt comfortable with him, so I was like, okay, maybe I can tell him my story, like what is happening. And then so I told him, and then he told me, he was like, okay, well, there's like a battle going on right now, like between you and the spirit, you know. And so he's like, I'd like to pray for you. And I was like, yes, please, like I need all the prayer I can get right now, because this thing, like, it's okay. At first I see it in my dream, and now I'm seeing it in real life, you know. And then so as he was praying, we were outside the church, right? And then right across the street, I knew it was there. Like, I knew that if I opened my eyes while the guy was praying for me, I would see him standing across the street. But I knew that he wasn't gonna get near the church because, you know, I don't know, maybe he didn't have that kind of power against God, you know? And so I felt like his, what do we call it, eyes, I guess, even though he didn't have any, or I didn't see any, burning me, like, on my skin. Like, I just knew it was just watching me, like, from across the street. And I just tried to keep my eyes closed, because I was like, if I open them, I'm gonna see him. And I don't want to see him, you know? And so the guy's just like, oh, like, are you okay? And I was like, I'm gonna tell you, but don't be scared. And then he's like, well, of course I'm not gonna be scared. And I was like, he was across the street, and he was looking at you, pray for me. And then he's like, yeah. I was like, he's like, make sure that you're like good with God and all of this. And I was like, yeah, I'll try my best. And so what I decided to do, because I was already like over it, you know, over like seeing him constantly, now it was becoming constant. So I was praying, and I told God, I was like, I don't want to see this anymore. Like, you know, I'm scared. Like, what if he does something to me, or like what if he is actually, but I was praying, and I was like, God, please, like, don't let this follow me around. Like, I don't want this with me. I don't want it. Whatever reason it came, I felt like he came to me specifically, or attached to me from that apartment, because I was the only one that could feel him, and like the only one that could see him, you know. And he was taking advantage of that, of the fact that I can see him and the fact that I can feel him, and so I told God, I was like, I don't want to see this anymore. And so whatever, I graduated high school and I graduated college. So I moved to, the last time I saw him, I had to move to San Diego. It was like a few months into me moving to San Diego, and we lived in Lakeside at mine and Alex's first place, right? It was in Lakeside, and I was sleeping, right, facing Alex, which is something like I rarely do, I usually on the opposite side. And then so something woke me up, and it was like the times where you wake up and your eyes just open, not like when you wake up and you're like trying to like adjust your like eyesight, but I opened and everything was clear, like if I had been awake, And then something was like, Rebecca, look at the corner. And I'm like, I don't want to. And then I was still laying down, and then I closed my eyes, and then I opened them again, and then again something was all like, Rebecca, look at the corner. I was like, no, I don't want to look at the corner. And then again, like I tried to cover my face, because I was like, my head, because you know how like the blanket can cover you and protect you from everything and like anything. So I was like, no. And then one last time they're like, Rebecca, look at the corner. And I'm like, okay. So I lifted my head a little bit like over Alex, and in the corner of the room, it was weird because that corner didn't get light. Even though we had a night light that like covered most of the room, that corner didn't get light. And so I don't know, maybe it was like the dark playing games with me or anything, but I saw him again. I saw the shadow, perfect print and everything right at the corner. And I spoke to it. I'm like, what? I whispered, obviously, because I didn't want Alex to get freaked out or anything. But I mean, we had just moved in together. I'm like, I'm not trying, to scare you or anything. But I spoke to you. I was like, you have no like right to be here. There's no reason for you to be here. I want you out of here. I don't want you to come back. And I was like, in the name of Jesus, like you're gonna have to leave, and you're gonna have to leave me alone, right? So then I went back to sleep. I don't remember much of that part, but I went back to sleep after that, right? And so whatever, some months passed by, and then we moved to La Mesa, and we lived in an apartment for 6 months, and I was fine, right? And then recently we got a new apartment. It's a 2-bedroom apartment, right? And it was our first night in. And I was like already a little bit like nervous, like it's always difficult your first night into a new place. So I was having trouble sleeping, and then when I did fall asleep, again something woke me up, and I don't know why I turned to face Alexis again, and something was like, turn around, and I was like, I don't want to turn around. And then I like covered myself again, and then again something was like, Rebecca, turn around. And I was like, you're not gonna make me turn around. And then again, Rebecca, turn around. So I turned around, and at first I was looking at the window, and then I was like, okay, there's nothing there, like I already turned around. And so I turned back around to hug Alex, and again they're like, Rebecca, turn around and look at the corner of the window. And I'm like, okay, well now it's more specific. Now I really don't want to turn around. And they're like, Rebecca, turn around and look at the corner of the window. And so I turned around and I looked at the corner of the window. And what do I see? I see it, but this time it wasn't inside the apartment. It was outside. And I lived on the 4th floor, okay? It was outside, and the shadow was perfect. Like formed and everything. And cars would pass by and the shadow wouldn't move. It was just there. And whenever I was like, okay, I know where you are, like it kind of like went inside, and like at the ceiling, like the head shape, right? The head formed, and at that point, like since Lakeside, I wasn't scared of it anymore, and I was like, okay, it's you again. And then this time I was like, in the name of Jesus, I rebuke you, because I'm not gonna play around anymore. I was like, no, you're not gonna scare me anymore. And it's so weird because like I talked to it, like, but it didn't talk to me back, obviously, because otherwise I would have ran out of there, and probably Alexis would have left me forever. Okay, the point is that I was like, okay, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, and you have no right here. And as soon as I said that, the shadow disappeared. And I'm hoping that I'll see it again. because Alex is already scared of the fact that I have seen it twice already in our recent places and with him already living with me. I hope I don't see it again. I hope nothing like this happens to you guys. At the end, even though it wasn't scary for me anymore, like, it's still kind of disturbing telling other people that I see this and that I'm not scared of it, you know? It's like, man, you're weird if you're not scared of it. But high school was really bad. It was a really bad time. Yeah, anyways, pray before you guys go to sleep. Pray if you guys watch a scary movie. You guys shouldn't be watching scary movies because that's what opens up your mind to, like, dream all these things and stuff like that, though. I never did know what caused it. I never did know why it decided to follow me around, or why to, I don't want to say it, like it's attached, it was attached to me, because I don't want to like make it real, you know. But yeah, that was my story. Well, one of them at least, and probably the longest one that I have, because it was something that was constantly there, you know. I don't know why I'm moqueando right now. I have my AC on. Anyways, I don't want this to make this video too long. I don't know what I'm gonna do for the next one. You guys know that I'm pregnant. I'll maybe do a video about that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching me once again and enjoying my story with me. I forgot to say, like, you know how like whenever they say stories, grab some popcorn and sit with me and this and that. But if you guys were eating during this, if you guys were getting ready during this, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys keep watching me. I hope this setup works better than another one, because I felt like the light was like weird. Anyways, I don't want to rant. I'm just gonna end the video. I love you guys. Be nice, be kind, eat lots of food, like, comment, share, and everything that YouTubers usually say. But yeah, enjoy you guys this day, enjoy you guys this week. I'll try to post another video next week. Yeah, have fun, live life. I'm breaking out a lot, but I love you guys, and I'll try my best in the next video. Johnny.